Have you ever experienced an itch that made you pause and wonder what your body might be trying to communicate? As we grow older, our bodies speak in subtle ways through aches, fatigue, or even persistent itchiness. While it's tempting to dismiss a minor itch as mere dry skin or a temporary annoyance, the specific location of that itch could reveal far more than you might expect. In fact, chronic itchiness in certain areas of the body in older adults has been linked to serious underlying health conditions that could quietly shorten your lifespan. That's right. Something as seemingly insignificant as a persistent itch might be your body's way of waving a red flag, urging you to pay closer attention to your health. In this video, we'll dive into 4 specific areas where itchiness in seniors could signal deeper health concerns. These aren't based on guesses or old myths. They're grounded in patterns observed by doctors and researchers studying aging and longevity. Each itchy spot tells a unique story about your circulation, organs, nerves, or nutritional status. By the end of this video, you'll be equipped to recognize these warning signs and take practical steps to address them. Don't brush off that itch. Stay with us until the end, as understanding these signals could not only help you live longer, but also enhance your quality of life with greater strength, clarity, and peace of mind. If you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time to do so and turn on notifications to stay updated with our content. Let's get started. 1. Persistent itchiness on the lower legs. One of the most commonly ignored yet telling signs of an underlying issue is a constant itch on the lower legs, specifically the calves, shins, or ankles. It's easy to attribute this to dry skin, aging, or even tight clothing. But when the itch persists without a visible rash or irritation, it's a signal worth investigating. Medical experts have found that older adults who frequently scratch their lower legs may be experiencing poor blood flow, often linked to peripheral artery disease (PAD). This condition occurs when the blood vessels in the lower limbs narrow, restricting circulation. The reduced blood flow deprives the skin of oxygen and nutrients, leading to dryness, sensitivity, and persistent itching. Over time, this can also weaken muscles and tissues in the legs, increasing strain on the cardiovascular system. Consider 2 men, Walter and George. Both in their early 80s, Walter remains active, taking daily walks around his neighborhood park and regularly checking his legs for changes. He applies moisturizer to keep his skin hydrated and hasn't noticed any unusual itching. George, however, has become more sedentary due to fatigue and joint discomfort. He spends long hours sitting, often watching TV, and has recently noticed a nagging itch on his shins, particularly at night. He assumes it's dry skin and applies heavy lotions, but the relief is temporary, and the itch returns. What George doesn't realize is that this could be a sign of compromised circulation, where blood isn't flowing efficiently to his lower legs. The legs are often called the second heart because their muscles help pump blood back to the heart. When circulation falters, it not only dries out the skin, but also places extra strain on the heart and vascular system. Studies link poor leg circulation to increased risk of heart disease, stroke, and cognitive decline, as reduced blood flow affects the entire body, including the brain. The encouraging news is that this type of itch is often manageable with early intervention. Movement is one of the most effective remedies. Gentle exercises like walking for 10-15 minutes daily, ankle rotations, or calf stretches can significantly improve blood flow. Elevating your feet while resting, ideally for 15 to 20 minutes a day, helps reduce swelling and support circulation. Wearing compression socks, especially those designed for mild support, can also promote blood flow. Dietary changes, such as reducing salty foods that contribute to fluid retention, are crucial. Staying hydrated with 8-10 glasses of water daily keeps skin and tissues healthy. For example, when George started taking short morning walks and added a glass of water with each meal, his itching decreased, and he felt more energized. He also consulted his doctor, who recommended a Doppler ultrasound to check his circulation, revealing early signs of PAD that could be managed with lifestyle changes. If you're experiencing persistent leg itchiness without a clear cause, don't ignore it. Your body may be signaling a need for attention. A simple checkup, combined with these practical steps, could protect your health and vitality. 2. Unexplained itching on the upper or mid-back. An itch in the middle of your back can be maddeningly difficult to reach. But what if it's your body's way of sending you an urgent message? Many older adults experience persistent itchiness on their upper or mid-back, often attributing it to dry skin, an irritating shirt tag, or seasonal changes. However, this type of itch can point to deeper issues, particularly with the liver or kidneys, 2 vital organs responsible for filtering toxins and maintaining the body's internal balance. When these organs are under stress, waste products like bile salts or urea can build up in the bloodstream, irritating the skin and causing itching, especially in areas rich in nerve endings, such as the back. Take Ellen and Patricia, both 76 years old. Ellen prioritizes her health, attending regular checkups, drinking plenty of water, and eating a balanced diet with vegetables and lean proteins. Her skin remains smooth, and she rarely experiences persistent itching. Patricia, however, has been feeling unusually tired, noticing slight swelling in her ankles, and scratching her upper back frequently, especially at night when trying to sleep. She's tried switching to hypoallergenic detergents and applying thick moisturizers, but the itch persists, sometimes keeping her awake. What Patricia doesn't realize is that this could be a sign of liver or kidney dysfunction, where the organs struggle to process toxins effectively. This type of itching is typically persistent, resistant to standard remedies, and often worsens at night, disrupting sleep and sapping energy. Medical research links chronic back itching to conditions like chronic kidney disease or liver issues such as cholestasis, which can affect digestion, energy levels, and mental clarity. Left unaddressed, these conditions may contribute to a shorter lifespan, not due to the itch itself, but because of the underlying organ stress it indicates. The good news is that this issue can be addressed with proactive measures. A simple blood test, such as a comprehensive metabolic panel, can assess liver and kidney function, providing clarity on whether these organs need support. Staying hydrated, aiming for 8-10 glasses of water daily, helps flush toxins and supports organ function. A diet low in processed foods, alcohol, and sodium reduces the burden on the liver and kidneys. Patricia, for example, started drinking herbal teas like dandelion root, known for supporting liver health, and incorporated more leafy greens into her meals. Over time, her itching lessened, and she felt more alert. If you're taking multiple medications, consult your doctor, as some drugs, like certain painkillers or statins, can stress these organs. Applying a fragrance-free moisturizer with ceramides can also soothe the skin while you address the root cause. If your back itches persistently without an obvious cause, don't dismiss it. Your skin may be the first to signal internal stress that needs attention. If you're finding this video insightful, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. If you haven't subscribed, I recommend doing so and turning on notifications to stay updated. Your support helps us create content to educate and inspire. Let's move on. 3. Frequent itching on the scalp or neck. Persistent itchiness on the scalp or back of the neck is often brushed off as a minor annoyance, perhaps a reaction to a new shampoo, dry skin, or simply part of aging. However, for many seniors, this type of itch goes beyond the surface, signaling deeper issues related to stress, inflammation, or changes in the nervous system. The scalp and neck are packed with sensitive nerve endings, making them early indicators of bodily strain, particularly from emotional or neurological stress that accumulates gradually. Consider 2 men, Arthur and Frank, both in their late 70s. Arthur stays socially engaged, spending afternoons painting in his community center and practicing deep breathing to unwind. He rarely experiences scalp itching and maintains a calm demeanor. Frank, however, has struggled to adjust to retirement. Feeling restless and isolated, he spends more time indoors, often worrying about finances or family, and has noticed frequent scalp itching, especially in the evenings. There's no visible rash, dandruff, or scalp irritation, yet the itch persists despite trying new shampoos and hypoallergenic pillowcases. What Frank doesn't realize is that this could be his body expressing chronic stress or nervous system fatigue. As we age, the body's stress response becomes less efficient, maintaining elevated cortisol levels that suppress immune function and irritate sensitive areas like the scalp. Research links chronic scalp itching to conditions like peripheral neuropathy or early signs of cognitive decline, though not always severe, making it a symptom worth monitoring. The good news is that you can address this itch by tackling its root causes. Stress-reducing practices, such as 5 to 10 minutes of deep breathing, meditation, or gentle yoga, can calm the nervous system. Spending time outdoors, even for a short walk, boosts mood and reduces cortisol. Reconnecting with friends or family, like joining a weekly book club or calling a loved one, can also ease emotional tension. Frank, for instance, started taking morning walks in his local park and writing in a journal before bed, which reduced his stress and itching over a few weeks. A diet rich in anti-inflammatory foods like salmon, walnuts, flax seeds, or blueberries supports nerve health and reduces irritation. If you've ruled out skin conditions or allergies and still experience scalp or neck itching, reflect on your emotional well-being. Are you carrying unspoken stress? Your body may be signaling a need for calm and connection, both of which can enhance your resilience and overall health. Ongoing itching around the chest or abdomen. When we think of declining health, We often focus on obvious symptoms like shortness of breath or memory issues, but persistent itchiness across the chest or abdomen can be a subtle yet significant warning sign. This type of itching, especially without a visible cause like a rash, may indicate nutritional deficiencies or malabsorption issues, which can undermine your body's strength, immune system, and ability to repair itself. Take two women, Rose and Lillian, both 81 years old. Rose enjoys preparing nutrient-rich meals, incorporating colorful vegetables, lean proteins like chicken or fish, and fruits like berries. She eats smaller portions than in her younger years, but ensures her diet is balanced, keeping her energy steady and her skin healthy. Lillian, however, has gradually lost interest in cooking, often skipping meals or relying on convenient processed foods like crackers or canned soups. She feels full quickly and has noticed persistent itching across her chest and abdomen, particularly in the evenings, sometimes accompanied by dry or slightly tender skin. She tried switching to fragrance-free body washes and lotions, but the itch persists. Lillian doesn't realize that her aging digestive system may be less efficient at absorbing key nutrients, such as vitamin B12, zinc, magnesium, or omega-3 fatty acids. These deficiencies can dry out the skin, disrupt nerve signals, and weaken immunity, leading to itching in areas rich in nerves and blood vessels. Like the torso, medical studies highlight that malnutrition in seniors, even without noticeable weight loss, can reduce muscle strength, energy levels, and cognitive sharpness, quietly impacting longevity. The encouraging news is that this issue is highly addressable with simple changes. Adding nutrient-dense foods like a handful of almonds, a boiled egg, fresh berries, or leafy greens can replenish deficiencies over time. A high-quality multivitamin designed for seniors, containing B12, zinc, and vitamin D, can also help. Lillian, for example, started adding a small salad with grilled salmon to her weekly meals and took a daily multivitamin, noticing reduced itching and improved energy within a month. Staying hydrated with 8-10 glasses of water daily supports digestion and skin health. Consulting a doctor for a blood test to check nutrient levels or digestive function can pinpoint specific needs. If you've noticed persistent chest or abdomen itching and your diet has been lacking, consider it a gentle reminder to nourish your body. Proper nutrition isn't just about comfort, it's a foundation for long-term health and vitality. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. If you haven't subscribed, I recommend doing so and turning on notifications to stay updated. Your support helps us create content to inform and inspire you. Final thoughts. Now that we've explored these 4 itchy areas: lower legs, upper back, scalp or neck, and chest or abdomen, take a quiet moment to reflect. Have you noticed any of these signs in yourself? A fleeting itch may be harmless, but persistent itching can carry deeper meaning, signaling issues like poor circulation, organ stress, nervous system strain, or nutritional deficiencies. Your skin is your body's messenger, whispering rather than shouting its concerns. These signals aren't a verdict. They're an opportunity to act before small issues become larger problems. You can incorporate more movement, eat nutrient-rich foods, manage stress with relaxation techniques, and reconnect with yourself and others. If any of these signs feel familiar, start with one small change, like a daily walk or a healthier snack. If none apply, you're now equipped to recognize them early and respond proactively. The goal isn't just to live longer, but to live with clarity, independence, and joy, listening to your body's subtle signals. Even an itch is a powerful way to achieve that. We'd love to hear from you. Share one thing you learned today in the comments below and how you plan to apply it. Your thoughts inspire and motivate us. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share to support our content. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.